In today's video, we're covering the new expanded related list views in CRM, Zia Agents in CRM Homepage, Zoho Forms Integration with Zoho CRM Sandbox, 9 new actions for Zoho CRM's layout rules, and OIDC login for Zoho Desk's Help Center. Today is the 13th of July 2026, and this is the Zoho Report. Zoho has introduced an expanded related list view in CRM, and it solves a long-running limitation a lot of Zoho CRM users would have run into in the past. Related lists show you records connected to what you're working on. For example, contacts under an account, activities tied to a deal, and so on. But until now, you could only see 10 records at a time. If you needed to filter or take action on more than that, you had to leave the record and go to the module's list view. Now, you can click at the expand icon and you get a full-width workspace showing up to 100 records per page, with filters and mass actions available, all without leaving the details page. Almost everything you can do from a normal list view is supported here, things like mass update, mass change owner, mail merge, and export. However, one thing we noticed is you cannot save filters yet, so hopefully they implement that soon. This one has been rolled out in phases and is currently live in South Africa, Japan, Canada, and Australia. Zia Agents are starting to become more ingrained into the CRM, and you can now add your Zia Agents directly onto your homepage. Previously, checking what an agent had found meant opening it up on its own away from the homepage. Now, every agent configured in your account shows up in a new agents section when you customize your homepage, and you can drag one or more of them straight onto the page. Now, once it's added, the component shows the agent's name and a Get Agent Insights button. Clicking on it, the agent runs and its insights sit right there next to everything else you check daily. It's worth noting that clicking Agent Insights or refreshing uses agent credits, but simply opening and saving your homepage doesn't. Also, agents that require field mapping at trigger time won't appear in this section. Now, this is available on Professional, Enterprise, and Ultimate editions of Zoho CRM. Now, this one hasn't had an official call out on the community announcements page, and it actually dates back to June, but it's genuinely useful, so we wanted to make sure it was on everyone's radar. You can now integrate Zoho Forms directly with your CRM Sandbox environment, which means you can now validate an entire Forms integration before it ever touches production. Your Sandbox appears as just an available organization on the Zoho Forms side when you're building the integration, so it's pretty straightforward to set up. Once connected, you can submit test data through your forms and confirm it lands correctly in CRM, pre-fill form fields from CRM, and test automations fire correctly when the form is submitted. Just remember that when you deploy an email template to production while it's still pointing at a Sandbox form link, CRM will block the deployment and flag it to you. This means you'll need to remove the form link, deploy the template, and then add the production form link to the email template. Zoho has significantly expanded what layout rules can do in Zoho CRM. As a refresher, layout rules dynamically tailor a form by showing or hiding fields, sections, and subforms, and setting fields as mandatory based on conditions. The 9 new actions take things a lot further. On the field side, there's show pick list value, set read-only fields, set field value, recommended field value, and show message. Whereas on the record side, there's show related list, show buttons, show links, and verify fields. So beyond just showing and hiding things, you can now lock fields, auto-populate or recommend values, service contextual reminders, and prompt verification of critical fields, all from the same rule builder. The second piece is profile-based execution. You can now scope any of these actions to specific user profiles, so the same rule behaves differently depending on who's looking at the record. The third addition is interactive preview. Once the rule is saved, you can pick a profile and a condition directly from the configuration page and see how the layout will render for that profile before it even touches a live record. It's a solid way to catch configuration errors early, especially once you're running several profile-based rules on the same layout. It's worth noting that this is currently available in Japan and South Africa data centers, with the wider rollout planned soon and available only on Enterprise and Ultimate editions. Zoho Desk now supports OpenID Connect authentication for Help Center, which is great if there are a lot of users. OIDC lets your Help Center users sign in with their existing credentials from providers like Google or Microsoft through single sign-on, so there's no separate password to manage and no repeated logins. To set it up, head to Setup, Channels, Help Center, User Authentication, and enable OIDC. You'll need the provider name, client ID, and client secret from either Google or Microsoft's API to finish configuring it. Now, this one is available in standard, professional, and enterprise editions of Zoho Desk. And that wraps up episode 17 of the Zoho Report. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe to catch the next episode.